I keep fiddling with this part of my shirt and these things keep coming out. So we're just gonna agree that if you see that during this video, no, you didn't. Hello and welcome to another monthly money reset, the very first reset of 2025. I don't know why that makes me so nervous, but it does. Like, I can't really put my finger on it, but I am such a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to the new year. On one hand, I'm very excited for the fresh start. Like, I love a blank slate, I love a reset, and just the opportunity to chuck away all the negative things that might have happened in 2024. On the other hand, I feel like there is just so much pressure surrounding the new year to accomplish a lot of things in such a short time frame. There's just like this rush to get all your financial goals set and your life goals set and like start all the new habits that you said you were going to start, all by our doomsday date of January 1st. And this year especially, I've had to just allow myself to detach a little bit from that January 1st date, especially with the fact that we started the new year in the middle of the week. Like, rude. I am absolutely on the train of people that are saying that the new year doesn't really start till Monday. I'm just telling myself that everything before that just doesn't even count. But in all seriousness, like, it does not matter if you get your goals established on January 1st or January 10th or even January 30th, like however long it takes you whenever you start. Obviously, the earlier the better, because then you get more time to work towards those things, but you have your entire life ahead of you. It does not end at this year. It does not end on January 1st. We have time to get our goals together. And in the spirit of that, I present to you my January budget reset being filmed on Sunday, January 5th. If you are new to these videos, let me tell you a little bit about what is going down today. We are just sitting down and having a very casual, a very chill budget chat. I'll show you what I made and spent in December and like how I chose where to save and invest my money and all those nice things. And yeah, we'll just reset for the month. I really just love having candid conversations about a topic that the world has deemed so taboo and about a topic that can be so intimidating. I just like to show that we can have fun and be chatty and go over our budgets, and it doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. So yeah, that is my audition to be your comfort budgeter, really comfort creator, because I like to show other things in my life and vlogs and things like that, but that's not what we're talking about. So comfort budgeter for 2025, and I hope we can just tackle the new year together. All right, in that spirit, let's dig into my budget. I always start off by looking at my overview tab. I love having this little snapshot of seeing what I projected to make and spend and save versus what I actually did. Oh, and it does show my current balance, like what I'm ending the month with. So that's nice to see. Okay, but scrolling down to income, I've shared before that I am working as a travel physical therapist, and when working in travel PT, what I've seen so far is that we get paid weekly, and so that's what my 4 paychecks are for. And then I've got, if I get any rewards from credit cards, I account for those. Miscellaneous income, right now, my miscellaneous income is coming mostly from my Etsy budget sales. I do have my budget template listed on Etsy. It is a pretty simple budget template, like you are looking at the entire thing right now. It's a 1-page tracker. There are lots of other options if you're looking for a new budget tracker. There are great options on Etsy. If you're interested in getting my template or you'd like to look at some other options, I definitely recommend Etsy. It's a great way to track your finances. But my paychecks this month were a little bit light, and that rarely happens because I usually try to do a good job of just making sure that I plan to make the minimum amount that I can make. So anything else I get is extra. But there were some like curveballs thrown at me this month that I forgot about / wasn't expecting. So paycheck number 1 is like barely light. It's $5 light. We're not even gonna talk about that. That's just an accounting issue on my end. Paycheck number 2. Now we're getting significant. That one, I get guaranteed hours working as a travel PT. We're guaranteed 40 hours a week, whether we work that much or not. Except, caveat, if it is a holiday. This paycheck specifically is from the week of Thanksgiving. We had that Thursday, I didn't work, and I forgot that I wouldn't be guaranteed 40 hours. The other paycheck that is also light is because I am really passionate about finding a good work-life balance. And like, I'm just passionate about the idea that work should not be my life. Because of that, I have made some like promises to myself about how much time off I will take. When I started this travel contract, I made sure that I took a day off every single month. And this week I had a day off. So you don't get guaranteed hours when you have a day off. But that's what happened with my paychecks. That is the long, drawn out version of why I made what I made this month. Total income was $7,852.24. Okay, moving on. My favorite part, love going over my expenses. I love going through my month of numbers. Let's look at my expenses. Okay, groceries. I had to look back at this number 1,000 times over. Like, I looked at it again and again because I was like, did I really only spend like $300 on groceries. I'm just not used to seeing that. Our grocery spend is so all over the place. And I think it's because of the volatile lifestyle I have. Like maybe groceries cost one thing in one state when I'm living there and another in another state, or sometimes I'm taking time off and I'm at home, so my grocery spend is different. And always, without fail, the first month that we move to a new place, the grocery bill is crazy. I will show you November for those of you who did not see it, or of course do not remember, because why would you be sitting down remembering how much money I spent in November on groceries? But in November, I spent $1,100 on groceries, and that was because it was our first month here. Like, that is always so expensive. So I knew that I wanted to cut down, and I planned to spend $700, but I didn't realize we cut down that much, and we only spent $364 on groceries this month. So that's exciting. Eating out was a little bit over. It was significantly over, but it's still only like $100, so I'm not too mad about that. Just working in home health and like having to grab my lunch on the road all the time and not remembering to pack my lunch sometimes is why my eating out category is so high. And then gas, I tried to like over project that one too. Just I'm driving around all the time and I feel like I fill up every week. And I think that I do. It's just that it's a $40 fill up. So 40 times 4 is 160. So I think I filled up like every week. 300 was just an egregious overestimation of what I would spend. Health and beauty, I spent right about $100 on health and beauty. This month I had to buy like shampoo and conditioner because I took my braids out and I have braids in now, but these are just my braids. I took the extra hair that was in my braids out. Oh, and this month I got some new glasses. That's the other thing, because I needed them. My other glasses had a scratch in them. Cool. So social, I only spent $34. That's for me and Devin buying drinks out. Gifts. Yay, I can finally talk about what I did for Christmas. I was not sure how expensive this Christmas was gonna be. So for Christmas, I got Devin a PS5. He has been asking for this forever, but our living situation has also just been so volatile. Like before this, we were in Hawaii and I was like, I'm not getting you a PS5. And then we've got to fly it back to the mainland. The reason that I overestimated so much was he was asking for an Xbox as well at first. But I did some research, and for the most part, if you have a boyfriend or fiance, husband, and you're wondering, most of the games can be played on just the PS5. The Xbox was not important, and Devin agrees now that he has a PS5. So a lot of money spent on that and like getting him games and a headset and things like that. And then also just buying gifts for the rest of my family. I have a really big family. I talk about them as much as possible because I love them with all of my heart. I have 3 younger siblings and 2 parents, and my little sister has a baby now too. So we're a big family and I got them gifts. Cool, moving on. Savings and subs and bills we'll talk about later, but doodads, which is just what I call anything I buy for myself and like treat myself, was way over. I think that I recognized that my gift spend was way under. And then for the like from Christmas to the end of the month, I just went crazy on myself and I was like, oh, you can get this, you can afford this, you didn't spend that much on gifts. I'm not mad about it. I feel like at the end of the day, I was able to save a good amount of money this month, and that time of the year only happens once a year. So it is what it is. Miscellaneous. Okay, I even wrote a note for myself because I'm like, why the heck is this number so high? What I spent. But I had some work done on my car this month. I paid my property taxes for my car, and then I guess the rest was just actually miscellaneous. I'm gonna look real quick. What else? Oh, Christmas decor, getting stuff for the house for Christmas. That's pretty much it. I got some Freon for my car. Truly some miscellaneous purchases. Last thing we spent money on, we went on vacation. Christmas is my absolute favorite time of the year. And a lot of that is rooted in the fact that I love that I get to like just hunker down with my family. And yeah, I just love like hanging out with them all holiday season. And I couldn't do that because they live in Virginia and I'm in Arizona right now. So that was hard for me this year. And so Devin and I just kind of thought like, what can we do to still make the holidays special? And this year, what we decided to do was go on a vacation to San Diego. Also, I'm sorry for this rant. This is not about budgeting, but like I said, expenses is my life in numbers, and I feel like it's like a time to talk about my life, but whatever. I had every intention of doing a vlog when we were in San Diego, but once the week of Christmas hit, I really just took that time until now to step away from creating content because I just want so badly to be successful on this platform, and I was not feeling that. Like I just wasn't feeling successful at the end of the year, and I never want creating content to feel forced or like I'm not having fun, because I just think that defeats the entire purpose. Like, what's the point if I can't have fun with it? So I took some time just for me and to also just think and reflect on how I can be a better creator. I think a huge part of that is also making some short form content on like platforms like TikTok, if that's even gonna still exist, and Instagram. So follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. I'm doing my best to create more on those platforms. Yeah, I took the time to do that and I think it was good for me. Therefore, I did not vlog, and that is okay. But moving on from expenses and on to subs and bills, not too much changed here. We still don't have a rent payment. That is gonna be changing this month in January. We move. Oh, even just saying this reminded me and I'm like not ready. So in 2 days, we're moving from this current place in Tucson to another place. It's a long story about why we have to move and I've shared it before, so I'm not gonna get into it again. But once we move, we will have a rent payment and that'll be like $1,200 a month. Okay, savings. I'm excited to talk about this because I actually did a good job of saving this month. I haven't been able to save a lot in the past months, I feel like, but this month was different. And so we're gonna chat about it. So for my joint account, or for our joint account, Devin and I's joint account, which we save into because we want to buy a house this year. Maybe we will get married this year. More likely we'll just do like wedding planning this year. Yeah, we're just saving into that for the expenses that both of us share and trying to save into it pretty aggressively, knowing that we wanna buy a house because we just wanna put as much money down as possible. So I was hoping to save $2,000 this month and I saved $2,500, which is beautiful. My long-term investment account, I want to get better about saving into that very regularly. So I put a goal of $1,000 and I made it there. Car sinking fund, because there's even more work to be done on my old 2009 Honda Accord. Poor baby. She needs some tender love and care. And then travel PT sinking fund. That was because I know I have rent coming up that I need to pay in a couple days. Being that that's happening in the middle of the week and I get paid on a Friday, I knew I wouldn't have like just received payment. So I set aside money for myself. And then my Roth IRA. I keep losing my voice. We're gonna grab some water. Okay, and then my Roth IRA. I really haven't been saving into that very much at all. And I've talked about the fact that I more just save into my personal investment account because with the Roth, I know I can't access that money until I'm like almost 60 years old, but I don't wanna have that mindset forever and then not invest anything for myself. So with the extra money I had this month, I put it there. Yeah, that's everything I saved this month and why I put it in those places. I'm excited about it. Overall, $5,350 saved, which I feel like is not shabby to have only made $7,800. Okay. That really confused me. I just had a whole moment. I'm like, wait, what the heck? How did I save $5,000 and I only made $7,000? That is because I started the month with $2,899. I was like, am I a fraud? Like, did I make this number up? What just happened? I just had a full crisis right there. Anyways, yeah, that is my month. These are my charts at the top. You can see like the comparison of my income versus savings versus expenses and subs and bills. And then this is just my breakdown of where all my money went. And then this one shows what I budgeted to spend or like make on things versus the actual. So yeah, that is all. I usually take the next bit of time to like reflect on the month and talk about my goals moving into the next month. But I'm gonna do a whole separate video for my financial goals in 2025. And if I'm being honest, I'm still creating them. So we are just gonna jump into setting up my budget for January. Okay, we are officially in my January budget. This is the first template month that I'm setting up for the new year. Crazy. I did go ahead and copy over my subs and bills, so it has that entered already. Cool. We'll just start with income. I already know what my first paycheck is going to be because it's the 5th and I already got paid. So this paycheck is a bit light compared to my normal one because this paycheck was from the week of Christmas. I only worked 3 days that week, Sunday through Tuesday, because Christmas was on a Wednesday. So super light paycheck. I don't think that I have any other weeks this month that I like have off, or we don't have any holidays or anything like that. So the rest of them should be pretty standard. I never budget any money for credit cards or miscellaneous. And I don't think I'm drawing from any sinking funds this month. So that will be it there. On to expenses. So groceries last month costed like $300. I'm gonna budget $500 just to be safe. Eating out, I'm only gonna budget $50 again. Gas was $160. I'm gonna budget $200 just in case I'm like a little bit over that. That gives me enough wiggle room to fill up 4 times and then some change if needed. I downloaded this straight from Etsy because I just want to be using the exact same template I put out there. Originally for my 2024 one, I like made my own and then tried to copy it from an Etsy template, but I downloaded this one straight and this is just like the default. I have it on Etsy medical, but I want this to be health and beauty. So I'm just going to copy that over from the other one. So it says health and beauty and the values only. Okay, cool. Health and beauty, I think I'll budget 80. I budgeted 100 last month, and this month I shouldn't need to buy any new hair products. So I'm thinking that would be good. I usually keep social to 50. Gifts, I'm gonna just budget 20. Doodads, as far as spending on myself, I allowed myself $250 last month, and I'm gonna do the same thing. That gives me like a little over $50 a week of just spending just for me. For miscellaneous, I usually like keep like 100 to 150 for like a just in case thing. And I know that I am paying for that CrossFit competition this month. So that is another 100. So I'm gonna say 250 for that. And then vacation, 650. I think we might do some trips this month, just being that we only have 2 months. Yeah, we only have 2 months left here, which is only like 8 weekends, and we've already got some weekends accounted for, knowing that we're doing the CrossFit competition and we're moving. So just setting some money aside to do fun things. I do need to pay rent this month. That's going to be $1,200. And then speaking of backing up to income, I am taking from a sinking fund then. I'm going to take from my travel, PT sinking fund, and I'm going to take out $500. And then I am going to pay for CapCut this month, I think. So that'll be $15. Okay. We have $4,712 left to save. As I said, most of my savings goes towards my joint account, so I want to save $2,000 for that. I want to put $100 into my Roth IRA. That's something that I want to do differently this year, is just make sure I'm like just saving at least 100 into that so that I'm saving for my future. And next up on the importance level is my long-term account, my long-term investment account. So I'm going to put $1,000 into that. And then I still have $1,000 and $1,612 up here left to spend. Car sinking fund, travel PT sinking fund. I'm going to take away travel PT sinking fund. I don't think I need to save into that. I'm going to add time off sinking fund because I'm going to take some time off soon. And then content sinking fund. I'm trying to save up for a camera. And so hopefully I can contribute to that this month. I think for my time off sinking fund, saving $500 would be good. I hate to do this because I'm tired of contributing money to my car, but I'll put another $300 down for my car. And then that leaves me with $800. So I'll just put $150 towards my new camera. And that leaves me with $662 left to spend. But I really try to keep a buffer in my account of about $500 or $600. So that's getting to my version of zero since we started with 656. Okay, so that is it. That is just me going over my budget from last month, setting up the budget for the new month. We're good, we're set. I really am so excited for this month. I feel like it'll be a lot of fun just knowing that we have like the CrossFit competition coming up. And after this month, I only have one more month left here. I am excited to go home. I miss seeing my family. So that's coming up soon. I'm pretty excited for the month and for the year in general. I did a video where I reflected on my year in 2024, and I feel like I changed so much as a person and like grew as an individual. And I hope that I can grow that much this year. Let me know some of your goals for this year, or if you haven't created them yet, no big deal. I'm still working on mine. I'd love to hear just what you're excited about this month, this year, whatever. Honestly, anything that you want to chat about in the comments, I'm here for it. Love chatting. Yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this video and setting up my budget with me. And I will see you very, very soon in another video. Bye.